Hello, everybody. Welcome to Drive Thru. I'm your host, Tony Cias. We broadcast live here on Pick Dogs and a Sports Chat Place YouTube channel and throughout social media. We'll get you out here well before the top of the hour. Give you guys enough time to get those bets in for the primetime games. That's what we do here on the Drive Thru, Monday through Friday here at 6 p.m. Eastern Time is over live free sports picks for the games beginning at 7 p.m. Eastern Time and later. So look at those winners of professional handicappers over at Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Place. Let's take a peek at who's on the show here with us for today. Ninos is in the room. I got some water here. I was eating peanuts. That's a big no-no when you do live broadcasts. Brian Bitler, those small pieces get lodged in your throat. Millz, we got Jay Briggs, Jovan Burts, and Brad Francis just giving you guys some tips, man. Don't have no mixed nuts, no trail mix, no peanuts. Those little things get stuck in your throat, brother. Not a good thing. This is how they're going to line up for this evening. Ninos, Briggs, Francis, Burts, Bitler, Young, and then I will close this one out. All right, NBA back here on the board tonight. 8-game card. Got lots of college hoops here for Friday. Some of these conferences are winding down their regular season, as we got conference tournament action beginning as early as Monday. So we got college basketball on the board as well, some NHL. So let's get this one underway. Let's go ahead and welcome in Ninos. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim, where he does some fine work up there. We'll bring him in right now. Catch this video series with Wayne. What's happening?
Doing pretty good, Tony. How are you doing?
Doing great. All right, here we go. Tonight, 7:30 Eastern Time. Islanders here to face the Kings. Kings on this back-to-back. Got a point in overtime, but they're facing the Islanders here at the back-to-back. Islanders minus 135, total of 6.
Yeah, tough spot for my Kings here. You know, this pick is going to be a heartbreaker for me again, but I think it's just as I said, just too difficult a spot for these Kings. Playing their second game in 2 nights on the road here against a very good home team in the Islanders. The Kings have the better overall record. Very pleasant surprise this season. They've been playing some very good hockey, but not so good on the road. They're just 15, 10, and 6 on the road. The Islanders are 18, 10, and 3 at home. So a little home ice advantage there. The rest advantage as well for the Islanders. I think both those advantages there make the difference in this one. This one was almost a premium play for me. The reason I stayed away from it is because they are still dealing with a couple of pretty significant injuries here. But nonetheless, even with those guys out the lineup, I still think the Islanders are the right side here. So Islanders on the money line for me.
All right, Nino says go here with the Islanders, minus 125 here against the Kings. Of course, the Kings on this trip, you know, they look securely in the playoffs, but things can change really quickly. So suddenly 2 straight losses here, but they did have some success coming off the break at home here. Really showing great form here, being Pittsburgh, and probably one of the best performances they had all season here. Then they pounded Buffalo, Anaheim. They went on that road. You call that a road game right there, just a little simple drive. Then they got past Arizona, but then here comes the trouble here. That 1 goal loss in Minnesota. They did get that point there against New Jersey.
Yeah, but you're still looking for the wins, especially a team like this. They're gonna need every win they can get. But yeah, still a pretty good season overall. I just think this, if it was on equal rest, I'd probably like the Kings here. I mean, they've just looked that much better to me, and I said the injuries also probably would factor into that decision as well. And not only that, but also it's Jonathan Quick.
That's what I was going to ask. That's the deal there.
Yeah, he hasn't been as sharp this season, and we saw Copley. He's been playing some pretty good hockey. Didn't have his best game last game, but he's been playing solid overall, and much better than Quick has. That's for sure. So that's another thing to consider when looking at these back-to-backs as well in hockey.
You know, this is the concern with Quick, right? You got to wonder about Quick's days with the Kings, looking to be numbered here. When you look at Copley here, 17-4-2, Quick 10-12-4. I mean, you got a goalie that's 13 games over 500, and your backup's under 500. There's some trouble there with him.
Yeah, well, he's not getting any younger, but yeah, I mean, he's an experienced vet, for a backup. Not your worst option, I guess, for a backup, but, still a big drop-off there.
Yeah, that's the thing. When you look at the numbers are the concerning things here with Quick's future with the Kings, because, like I said, when you have a starter that's 17-4-2 and you're under 500, That's a massive issue there. But anyway, we probably won't see Quick in the postseason. It'll probably be Copley all the way. There's no back. I don't want to see there's no back-to-backs in hockey. Sometimes there is. Sometimes there is dealing with these networks. Islanders minus 125 against the Kings. This one to have a start time here, 7:30 Eastern time. All right, El Ninos, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge for tonight's action. As we said, good results for El Ninos over the past 7 days. 8-game card here from the NBA. We do have action from college hoops as well as hockey. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Got a little bit of everything today. Alphabet's back in action, so I do have my best bet from the NBA, NHL, and college basketball, and then one 3-pack if you want to check that out. I have a 3-pack in the NBA. Just one play in the NHL, one play in college basketball. Again, your best way to get all the plays is still one of those long-term 2-for-1 capper specials.
That's right. Get on board with El Ninos over at Pick Dogs Premium. Great results over the past 7 days. Get on board. He does come in here with the alphabets. The 3-pack here is best bet from NHL, college basketball, NBA, and one pass that is a 1-day pass that is credit guaranteed, meaning it must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Also in action with power play. A lot of individual plays here from El Ninos. You may opt for the 3-day pass now that NBA is back in gear, so it offers good value there. You get all of El Ninos' premium plays from NBA, NHL, as well as college basketball. Or again, we've been talking about this 1-month all sports pass, which is a great value here because it covers a lot of college basketball is covered here in this 1-month pass. We know 30 days in NBA and NHL, but look what you get in the college hoops in the next 30 days. All of the conference tournaments, and you get the NCAA tournament all the way to the end of the Elite Eight. So it whittles the tournament down to the final 4 teams. That's how long that 30-day all sports pass is. So fantastic value. Use a promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off at a second capper. With that 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value than that. All right, Al, it's always great having you on the show. See that success. We'll catch up with you again next week, but we can catch you on the weekend shows. Of course, want to talk about your video series now. Now that the NBA is back, so your series is back with you and Wayne. 3-legged parlay prop video.
That's right. Came close yesterday, 2-1. Back at it today with another 3-leg parlay. Make sure you go check that out. Also made a guest appearance on Jay's new afternoon show, so make sure you check that out too. We went through the NBA card. That was pretty fun as well. Yeah,
NBA card there. Check it out 4 Eastern time here, Monday through Friday. Jay's afternoon jam session. So you want to get all that injury information after the shoot-arounds, get the shoot-down reports. A lot of beat writers will report now on shoot-arounds because we want to know who's playing, who's not, and that's become an important part now for the media now. Sorry, you guys got to get up in the morning and hit the shoot-arounds because people out there need the information. All right, let's have yourself a great evening, and we'll catch up with you again next week.
Yeah, definitely a couple big injury updates to look at this evening, and hopefully you'll get some updates by the time the show's over tonight.
Yeah, Giannis was doubtful. He was upgraded to questionable, so we'll see how this goes on throughout the show. All right, have a great weekend and catch up with you next week.
All right, have a good one, Tony.
You got it. I'll need us here on the drive, so let's continue on. Let's bring in Jay Briggs, catch him over at Pick Dodge Premium. Of course, you want to catch his NBA video series. 2 shows. He's got the video series, and he has a live show now, Monday through Friday here, 4 Eastern time on the network. Jay, what's happening?
What's going on, Tony? How you doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. NBA Warriors home here, home sweet home. They'll be hosting this Rockets team ready to launch somewhere. The Scud missile, we call them the Rockets. Warriors are laying 9.5, total 231.
Yeah, Tony, for me, man, we're taking the Warriors in this one. We're not even going to overcomplicate it. The Warriors, man, I haven't seen a team this night and day, and I don't know how long, man. On the road, they're pretty much an automatic fade. At home, we look to take them in certain situations, and I think tonight is a good situation to take it. I know they've only won one of their last 5, and this is a pretty big number. But in that same breath, the Houston Rockets are arguably the worst team in basketball. If there is a perfect bounce back and good right opportunity for the Warriors on their home floor, it should be tonight against the Rockets. I'll lay the points with the Warriors. This should be a 15-point plus win, in my opinion.
All right, Jay says go ahead and take the Warriors. Lay the 9.5 here against the Rockets. You know, I was looking at this game. I thought I was going to see a line like we saw from the Spurs, like losing every game and failing to cover. But they do get their share of covers. I think over the past 10 games, it's been like they've covered about half those games.
Yeah, the Rockets, they're about a 50-50 type cover team. They can show up on some nights. It's just I think the Warriors will have some emphasis on this one. It's more a play on the Warriors in this one. They need to start stacking some wins to up their seeding in the Western Conference. They're the defending champions right now, and last time I checked, what are they, the 8th seed or something like that? So
Yeah.
that can't be sitting pretty good, and Curry's still out, so they need to be putting some emphasis on some wins. And a perfect spot like this on a Friday night, a terrible team coming into your building, this should be a game they have circled to get right on their own floor.
Yeah, because we could be seeing the Lakers and the Warriors in these playing 7 through 10 games. Oh my goodness, what is this? What does the West come and do here? Warriors laying the 9.5 against the Rockets. This one to have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Jay, let's take over at Pick.com for tonight's action. As we said, an 8-game card here from the NBA. Lots of college hoops here for a Friday. Some of these conferences are concluding play today, as we have the conference tournaments beginning early next week. So they're closing. A lot of conferences are like Sunbelt, I believe. It was what was Conference USA, ASUN. They're shutting it down here because they got conference tournaments come up early next week. So what do you have going on over at Pick.com?
Yes, sir. Kind of light for me tonight on a Friday. I just got 3 plays, all in the NBA. On my $15 NBA jam session bet, my best bet in the NBA every night. We're going to bounce back on that play after dropping yesterday with Cleveland. That was a tough break there in the end. They were winning majority of the game. So we're going to bounce back on that. We hit the 2 previous before that, so we're going to get back on track tonight on that play. And I also have a 3-pack for sale with the jam session play included in that pack. 2 other sides in the NBA that I really love tonight that I'm going to attack. I really love tonight's 3 plays that I got on the board. You can check out the jam session for how I'm feeling on every side of the game, though. But, yeah, just 3 plays for sale. Hopefully we smash it and hop on to something long-term. We've got a nice-size card tomorrow on the NBA. We've got a really nice college hoops card tomorrow. I definitely will be in action in that. So, yeah, you can do that as well.
That's right, on board with Jay Briggs over at Pick Dogs Premium tonight. As he said, he's got his NBA jam session up there, $15. That is a credit guarantee. Must turn a profit, and the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Also a 3-pack here. Jay's NBA money making 3-pack is up there on the board. Of course, you can go with long-term passes. The 3-day pass. You want to try out Jay for 3 days. NBA's back, so you got some great value in this. All of Jay's premium plays, NBA, college hoops, and on the ice for 3 days. Go for that. Or again, we've talked about the 1-month pass. Again, 1 month of plays here from Jay from NBA, NHL, and of course, college basketball. That will take you all the way to the end of the Elite 8. So the tournament will whittle down to 4 teams with that $30 sports pass. All conference tournaments action covered as well. Great value. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. That's even greater value there. Don't forget the minor tournaments are also covered. NIT, CBI, and the Basketball Classic. All right, Jay, it's always great having you on the show. We'll catch up with you next week. It's got a lot going on over at Pick Dogs. We'll catch you on the morning shows during the weekend. Also, during the week, you got actually every day you've got your NBA video series, and also now a live show in the NBA for Eastern time.
Yes, sir. Morning show for sure tomorrow morning. We got a nice size NBA card in college hoops. I'll be on there on the morning. I got the jam session that'll be up there maybe early in the morning. And then the games, the reason I'm probably not going to do the live show on the weekends is because sometimes – the games be early. But tomorrow, it actually sets up where there's only 1 early game, 1 late game. So I might come on with the live show tomorrow. Just, if you got the notifications on, you'll get it. I'll probably be on. If not, 3 the time, 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern. So I either will be or I'll not. So just check it. And, yes, man. So let's continue stacking units in the NBA. And let's make some money in college hoops tomorrow and tonight as well. And see y'all in the morning.
See you on the morning, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when that video drops or when he's live, you're live with him. Get the best numbers here on with Jay's jam session and the live shows as well. All right, Jay, have yourself a great weekend. We'll catch up with you next week.
Yes, sir, Tony. I'll see you on Monday.
You got it. Jay Briggs here on the drive-thru. All right, guys, we'll continue on here. Seeing a lot of people sign in here. If you miss any of the picks, we'll do a recap here at the end of the show. Let's continue on here. Jovan will help us with that recap. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru time for Brad Francis. The UFC show will be tomorrow after the morning show with Brad and Millz. So bring him in right now. Brad, what's happening?
Hey, what's up, Tony? How are we doing today?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight. Sunbelt action at 8 Eastern time. Texas State hosting Southern Miss. Southern Miss favorite on the road, 2.5. Total sits at 135.
Yeah, looking at some Sunbelt tonight, and I'm loving Southern Miss minus 2.5. I mean, they just have way more to play for in this game. They're currently tied with Marshall at the top of the Sunbelt Conference, and if they win tonight, they would at least share the regular season Sunbelt title, which I mean, before the season, no one really thought Southern Miss would be this good. Whereas, Texas State, they pretty much locked in a bottom spot in this conference. So I think Southern Miss will just be the much more motivated team this season. And I mean, let's be real. If you look at the whole season, they've been the much better team than Texas State, especially against the spread. 17-10 ATS this season, 7-3 ATS in their last 10, and 13-7 ATS as a favorite this season. Whereas Texas State is 9-17-1 ATS this season and 2-9 ATS at home. So I thought this number was really short. It actually kind of concerns me why it's only -2.5. I would have thought it would be more closer to like a -5, -6. But I'm going to take the risk here, and I'm going to roll with Southern Miss.
All right, so
just too low.
Yeah, the number there low, and of course, again, like I said, a lot of these conferences are closing out the regular season. You always hear the word senior night, right? I mean, I don't think it applies. I know I took Bellarmine against Jacksonville State not too long ago. Someone was giving me heat of, it's senior day over in Jacksonville State. I said, well, it's a 5:00 game. And you think that fan base is going to be? I think that fan base is going to really be like their seniors. You haven't taken us to an NCAA tournament.
Yeah, it's Texas State. Like I don't think the place is going to be wild for senior night. Shout out to the seniors, but I don't think that's going to affect this game too much.
I'm with you there. Yeah, that's senior night. That's not the same everywhere. It really isn't. Not at all. Southern Miss here. Actually, the defense here for Texas State's been bad. 47% shooting allowed over the past 5 games. Southern Miss laying the 2.5 against Texas State. This one will have a start time here, 8 Eastern time. All right, Brad, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Print for tonight's action. Of course, we have lots of college hoops on the board. A lot of these conferences are concluding their action, so they're not going to be in action this weekend because their conference tournaments begin early next week. So we saw great results in college basketball this season. NBA with 8 games on the board. We got action on the ice as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, keeping it light. Always keep it light on Fridays just to prepare for the big weekend. But, yeah, I got my favorite college basketball play on there, $15 up on the site. And then, yeah, it's a perfect time to join in on the 3-day. Saturdays I like to unload on a lot of stuff. Like Jay was saying, like you guys were saying, I mean, it's a great college basketball card tomorrow. So I'm already looking into that. Of course, we got the UFC fights tomorrow as well. So keeping it light tonight, but tomorrow's going to be a good day for the team here.
That's right, guys. Getting on board here with Brad Francis over at Pick Dogs. Premium good results in college hoops. 5-star college basketball pick premium special up on the board right now. $15. Credit guarantee must turn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is a credit guarantee. Also in action here with the longer term passes. We've talked about this 1 month pass. You'll get all of Brad's premium plays for a month. NBA, of course, and NHL in there. But the college basketball takes you all the way to the end of the Elite 8. So it'll whittle tournament down to 4 teams. Lots of coverage there. Conference tournament action beginning Monday. And, of course, this weekend as well. Still major conferences have 2 weekends left before they go to their tournament. So lots of action here from college hoops. That 1 month pass is the way to go. Use the promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper with that 2-for-1 capper promotion. Even greater value there. And don't forget the 3 minor tournaments are also included. Your NIT, your CBI, and the Basketball Classic. All right, Brad, as always, great having you show. Catch up with you next week, but we go tune in tomorrow after the morning show with you and Millz with the UFC show.
Yes, sir. Yeah, me and Millz will be live. Check in right after the morning show, give or take a few minutes. But, yeah, it's a good UFC card tomorrow. Like I said on last drive-through, I feel like it's flying under the radar, and I feel like there's some good opportunity to make some money. So check out me and Millz. We'll be live after the morning show.
Live after the morning show, so make sure you like, subscribe, set notifications so when Brad and Millz are live, you're live with them. Get the plays in real time to get the best numbers. All right, Brad, have a great weekend. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right. Thank you, Tony. Have a good night.
You got it. Brad Francis here on the drive to. All right, let's continue on, guys. Seen a lot of people sign in. You missed a pick. We're going to recap at the end of the show. Jovan will help us out with that. Jovan is up next here on the drive to. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Prim. His numbers have been phenomenal on the site since he entered Pick Dogs. Was a couple of Christmases ago, if I remember, after the handicapper contest with great performances. Jovan, what's happening?
Hey, what's going on, Tony? How are you?
Doing great. All right, here we go tonight at 7 Eastern time, top of the hour on ESPN2. VCU here to host Richmond. VCU a 9-point favorite. Total sits at 134.
Yeah, and surprisingly, I'm a roll with the Spiders in this one. You know, the Spiders didn't have a good rotation. That's where they won it straight up 2-8 against the spread, but this is a different situation. These two teams are in-state rivals. Both of these teams hail from Virginia, and I think Richmond's gonna be up for this one. Last game they did upset St. Louis, the Billikens, which is one of the better teams, one of the best teams in the A10, and you have VCU. They're basically on fire. Can't knock them for that. But with Richmond, if you take a look at their losses, they've been competitive. Haven't had a game where they were underdogs of this margin, and I'm taking that into account because the losses that they have had, their last several losses at least, they've been getting points like 1.5 points. It's been short lines either way, whether they've been favored or underdogs. So I take that into account. And going up against VCU, VCU did beat them at Richmond by 12. Full disclosure, but I just think in this one it's just a little bit too many points for my liking. So at the end of the day, I'm gonna roll with Richmond.
All right, we got Jovan here says go ahead and take the 9 points here with Richmond, the Richmond Spiders, which is a pretty big number there. And one thing with Richmond now, you kind of look at their shooting form over their past 5 games. They are hitting at 48%, and of course VCU's have dropped a couple here at home late here. That loss to Dayton there and a loss to St. Bonnie's, lost 2 of their past 3. They did beat Fordham though. But it's one of these teams that can shoot the basketball. They're always, you almost feel like they're always going to be in it. Even a double-digit deficit, when you can shoot like this, like Richmond, you're going to be in the game.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. And we all know in college when it comes to the foul game, crazy things can happen. So do you know VCU's free throw record? Free throw record.
Free throw percentage. No, I did not see that. I didn't see what the free throw percentage was. Let's see what it is here.
Yeah, I believe they're not too hard in that category.
Yeah,
they're not one of the better teams when it comes to that. So, when you're dealing with the foul game, you always want to if you're dealing with an underdog, you want to their opponent to not be so hard shooting it from the free stripe. So I think my recollection serves me correct. I think VCU is not that hot on the free throw. They do have players that kind of clanging on the front end of the 1-and-1.
Yeah, they're 11th in conference. There, which is 70%, which is not good for colleges. 224th in the nation, 70% free throw shooting. So that's subpar there, and they turn the ball over.
Right. So when you get into that foul game, if the lines if the margin of victory, or if let's say VCU's up by 11, 12 points and the spread's 9 or 8.5, wherever you get it at, you're gonna need a couple clangers, and for Richmond to come back and hit a 3 or get an easy layup, because VCU doesn't want to foul. They're just gonna let them go into the lane, So those are the things that that you have to think about, that you have to anticipate for. Obviously you don't want that situation. You want Richmond in this case to be well within the the margin of the spread. But if they're not, then that's a scenario where you're in good standing when you're dealing with a VC team that doesn't convert from the charity stripe.
Yeah, that's the concern here. And also, too, looking at this game, VCU is a team that has had their struggles there at the free throw line, also with turnovers and also with defensive rebounding in conference. So those are important keys. Those are possessions. When you're laying 9, those are areas that you want to be strong and not weak at.
Yeah, absolutely. And I mean, they're a hell of a team. Don't get me wrong, but they do have some deficiencies that, specifically the ones that you pointed out. So, hey, I'm hoping for the best with Richmond.
All right, there we go. Richmond +9 here against VCU. This one here, top of the hour, featured on ESPN2. All right, Jovan, let's take a look over at Pick Dogs Premium. As we said, numbers have been fantastic. Every show he's on since we came on, he was just hot out of the box. 2,036 units of profit here for Jovan over for 2023. Also showing great profit over the past 7 days. As we know, showing great results here in college hoops, over nearly 1,300 units of profit. We have a big college basketball card tonight. A lot of mid-majors finishing their conference regular season tonight because their conference tournaments begin early next week. And of course, so we've got NBA on the board with 8 games. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
Yeah, so it's Friday, so you know what that means. Time to take flight on my Take Flight Friday college basketball 3-pack. 3 plays that I think are going to be hitters. One of them is a money line masher. That's up for sale. Individually, nice plus money play. If you see my money line mashers, they're not going to be minus. They're not going to be favorites. Let's just say that they're going to be an underdog play that's going to get you plus money, good plus money at that. It's not going to be. You're not going to get shortchanged on my money line plays. That's for damn sure. But check me on my 3-day, my 7-day, my 30-day, my yearly. It's all here. Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Also, mastering one of the other guys for the 2-for-1 handicap promotional. 2's better than 1. So just get into consideration. So it's all here on Sports Chat Place and Pick Dogs. Let's get it.
Let's get on board with Jovan Burts over at Pick Dogs. From we see results, 2,036 units of profit for 2023. There's all documented over at Pick Dogs Premium. So get on board here with Jovan tonight on the board. Take Flight Friday college basketball 3-pack is on the board right now. $39 credit guarantee. Must turn a profit, and the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee with Jovan's Take Flight here college basketball 3-pack on the board. A lot of individual plays up there, but again, you may consider the long-term pass. If you want to try out Jovan for 3 days, you can do that. But again, we're talking about that 1-month all sports pass. That's the way to go. 30 days of plays from Jovan, premium plays, his NBA and his college basketball. Remember, the college basketball takes you all the way to the end of the Elite Eight. It will whittle the tournament down to 4 teams left standing with that 1-month all sports pass. Think of all the conference tournaments, the day and night action coming up. The conference tournaments begin early next week. Actually, Monday they start with the A-Sun as well. So lots of tournament coverage there with that 1-month pass. Of course, you can add a second capper with that 2-for-1 cap promotion. Even greater value there. I know Jovan is always great having your show. I know you contribute a lot to over to Pick Dogs. We can catch your parlay video of the day, and you also guest on the weekend shows.
Yeah, absolutely. Last couple parlays that I put out been hitters, and tomorrow and Sunday gonna be on the morning show. So, and of course here Mondays and Fridays like clockwork.
That's right, clockwork with Jovan. Okay, guys, so check out Jovan. We'll talk with you next week. But again, we're going to have you on for the recap. But I know you want to get some bets in. You're running into some traffic issues, so you just want to head to the casino.
Man, I had to fall back from that. The traffic was looking a little bit too rough, and it's quite a bit of ways. The casino is from where I'm at, so I had to circle back.
All right,
basically. Yeah, it's crazy because tried to hit the highway, couldn't hit the highway, and then the alternate route, yeah, it wasn't happening. I had to take a loss tonight on that one. I should have got there earlier, but when life hits you, you can't get there early. And the online portion of sports betting isn't up yet in Massachusetts, so I gotta take a L with this one tonight.
Well,
I have to get there tomorrow.
I think I see somebody in the corner there that might one of those little drinking establishments that may I don't think they want your action though. That's a problem.
Nah, I don't. Hey, listen, I don't like dealing with the local or corner store bookie or whatever you want to call them, man. They got a little bit too shenanigans for me when it's time for the payday.
I hear you. All right, that's right. When you're Jovan, you want to collect. They don't like you collect too much. Then the word gets out. The word gets out.
Right.
All right, Jovan. Have a great night, weekend. We'll catch up with you next week. I'll catch you on the part. Yeah, we'll catch you up in the recap. Yeah, the recap. We'll talk to you in the recap. You got it. He ain't going anywhere. That's right, Jovan Burts here on the drive-thru. All right, let's continue on, guys. If you miss a pick, we'll do a recap at the end of the show. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next is Brian Bitler. Catch him over at Pick Dogs Premium. Of course, they'll find him there. I'll bring him in right now. Brian, what's happening?
Gotta say, love to be here on a Friday night closing out the drive-through as I stop. It's always great to follow Jovan, one of the best handicappers I've long time. You guys definitely tearing it up again this year. So definitely a hard act to follow, but it's good to, I guess we have new Bash Brothers here, me and Jovan.
That's right, Jovan, the Bash Brothers.
One out tonight, get a W for everybody. Yeah,
that's right.
New Bash Brothers, new and improved.
Exactly. I think the chat room knows where you're going with this one. I think we've had ever since every game they played, Brian's been on. I guess they play a lot of Monday. Well, they play a lot of Monday, Friday games. So Suns here to host the Thunder. The Suns 8.5, total 228.
Yeah, I think I'm going back to Old Faithful here for my drive-through appearance on Friday, and that's an Oklahoma City Thunder plus the points, the best cover team in the NBA. This Thunder team 17, 10, and 2 ATS on the road. The Thunder have also been solid on Friday, 4-0 and 1. This is the back to bat off a really hard game against the Utah Jazz while the Suns are fully rested. But I think this is a mountain of points here for this Phoenix Suns to cover. The Thunders are the Oklahoma City Thunder 9-4 last 13 meetings with the Suns. And this is the first matchup between these two teams. Suns big road game on deck next with the Milwaukee Bucks. I'm going to take the Oklahoma City Thunder plus the points, even with some big guys Oklahoma City.
Yeah, we got OKC here plus 8.5 here against the Suns. It's a back-to-back, and no spot's a bad spot for the Thunder, right? They just cover. Just stay away from them when they're favorites, right? But you got them here, dog. Of course, SGA is the big question mark. That's the big question mark. That's why we saw the line move to 8.5. The news on SGA.
I don't think he's going to play.
That's.
I don't think he'll play tonight. Honestly.
Yeah. That's he's got a big question mark, a questionable Friday. He's got right ankle soreness, and you don't like to see the lower leg injuries. Indeed, especially when OKC is barely clinging to that 10th seed. So they're trying to get in that. They're trying to get in that playoff spot. So that's the big one right there.
Yeah, for me, I like to play on Oklahoma. I like Oklahoma City Thunder when people are counting them out, and this is a perfect spot for them to get a ton of points. I'm not going to bet the farm on it, but the Thunder have been very, very good to me this season. There's no reason to stop betting them.
Yeah, no doubt about that. Thunder 8.5 here against the Suns. This one to have a start time here of 10 Eastern time. All right, Brian, let's take a look over at Pick.com for tonight's action. Of course, 8-game card from the NBA. Lots of college hoops on the board. Ace-Sun. Lots of Ace-Sun on the board because they conclude their regular season. Also, Conference USA as well. We're seeing them conclude as well. And of course, the Mountain West just needs coverage. They need publicity, so they're in there as well. What do you have going on over at Pick Dogs Premium?
I'll tell you, last night took a few beat losses, but I'm going to bounce back tonight. I got my Mountain West Conference Game of the Year tonight, $30 at pickdogs.com. Got my Titanium, which got back on track yet. 2018, 64 run on that $15 best bet. Overall, long-term 115 and 59% for that $15 Titanium play. You can get at pick.com. This play is in the NBA tonight. I'm looking for a big sweep going into the weekend because Saturday is going to be a tremendous card.
That's right, guys. Got a board with Brian Bitler over at Pick Dodge Pim. His NBA Titanium wager has been hitting well. You see him over on the site. They hit good results here. His Friday Titanium wager, $15 credit guarantee. Must turn a profit or the amount you purchase is credit back in your account for site credits. That is credit guarantee. Mountain West Game of the Year is up from Brian right now. As an individual play as well. He's ready to roll here. Yeah, he's also going square dancing tonight. It's Friday night. It's square dancing. He's getting his hat ready. He's getting to change his jeans and, of course, get that 3-pack right now. Square dancing with Brian Bitler on a Friday and on a money shot as well up there. But instead of buying these plays individually, you might try them out for the 3-day pass, the Weekend Warrior Pass. Get all Brian's premium plays for 3 days. You get all your NBA, all your college basketball, and, of course, all your hockey from Brian Bitler. Of course, that 1-month pass is another option that will take you all the way to the end of the Elite Eight. It will whittle the tournament down to the last 4 teams standing with that 30-day all sports pass. Lots of college basketball tournament action there, conference and NCAA tournament action. Minor tournaments as well, because Brian will be in action in the NIT, the CBI, and the Basketball Classic. So get on board with Brian Bitler. PICK is a promo code to save 15% off. All right, Brian, as always, great having you show. Have yourself a great weekend. Enjoy the square dancing, and we'll talk with you again next week.
I'll tell you what, I'm so excited. It's nice talking to you. I'm going to grab my good buddy, Ron Romanelli. We're going out square dancing tonight. I'm dragging him along. I hope his girlfriend lets him out. Ron, square dancing tonight. It's going to be a huge weekend, and I'll catch you on Monday, Tony.
Catch you on Monday. Ryan's going square dancing. I'm thinking to go see Ace Frehley tonight. He's playing near my place. Ace, the lead guitarist.
Have fun, Tony. Have fun.
All right, you got it. Brian Bitler here on the drive-through. All right, guys. Reminder, if you miss a pick, we'll recap at the end of the show. Stay tuned for that. All right, let's continue on here on the show. We got here on a special appearance from Millz. You'll catch him over at Pick Dogs Pimp. Great NBA. We got some fight talk here from Millz. And it's not the MMA fight. It's a boxing from Millz. So let's bring him in right now. Millz, what's the word?
What's going on, Tony? How we doing today, man?
Doing great. All right. We're all ready to roll here. Pay-per-view on Sunday, Saudi Arabia, 5 Eastern time. Jake Paul and Tommy Fury. Paul here, a minus 155 favorite. The over-under round prop here is 6.5.
Yeah, man. So, this fight's been supposed to happen for about like 3 times now, Fury keeps pulling out, don't showing up to the press conference, and Jake Paul has to fight somebody else. But when you have to look at it, man, let's just put it in perspective, man. For the people out there that's saying Jake Paul's not a boxer, okay, neither is this Fury guy, man. Let me just go over some of the stuff about Fury. So check this out. He's 8-0, right? His first 5 wins. You're gonna, wow. It just wait. His first 5 wins. Okay, listen to this, bro. Those fighters never won a fight in their life. Never. Like they're 0-15 right now. So his first 5 wins is coming against fighters who still never won a fight before they fought him or never won a fight after they fought him. Beyond that, he only fought a fighter that was 2-0. So he's not no boxer, folks. So for the people that saying Jake Paul's not a boxer, trust me, man. This Fury guy's not a boxer, man. But let's just talk about Jake Paul for a minute, man. Went the amateur route, got the win in there. After that, went pro, got a win against a nobody. Then, what'd he do? Knocked out the guy that we all know, Nate Robinson. Then what'd he do? Man, he fought Ben Askren. A lot of people thought Ben Askren was going to be the one to test him right there. Somebody from the MMA scene. Wasn't able to do it. Then what'd he do? Fought Tyrone Woodley. After he fought Tyrone Woodley, he knocked him out the second time he fought him. If that wasn't good enough, fought Anderson Silva too and put up a hell of a show and a performance. So, I'll just be honest, man. I'm going to be betting Jake Paul just because I think he has enough just to beat this guy. If he was fighting somebody with a little bit more skills, then, I might be questioning my bet. But from what I see from this Jake Paul kid, he's real, man. For the last 2 years, I've been seeing him with different coaches training. He's putting in the real work. And in boxing, all it really takes is, a couple of years to actually develop some skills to be able to fight in the ring. So I'm taking Jake Paul. He's going to get the job done. It's an 8-round fight. I expect him to look good for 5 rounds in there, and it's only like minus 155.
All right, we got on record here with Millz here. Go ahead and take Jake Paul here, the minus 155 here as they get it on here Sunday at 5 Eastern time here, our time here in this one. Got the wrong Paul up there for a minute. Let's get it right here. Jake Paul minus 155. Yeah, against Tommy Fury. One thing here, Millz, in this fight, people, they don't remember some of these folks that weren't around when there used to be. I don't know if you remember when there used to be the Tough Man competition. We thought the Tough Man competition was legit. It was on some of the RSNs, regional sports networks back in the day, and it was entertainment. And these guys got in the ring and they got it on. So these fighters just look a little bit more athletic, a little better shape than those Tough Man contests.
Well, you hit it on point. Definitely that. And on top of it, they're fighting people who's in their top tier of their training condition. They're not fighting old fighters that's just retired out the sport to where it's they haven't been around anything athletic. He's fighting guys who's around in the ring his age and stuff. And I'll just be honest, man. So, Tony, if you ask me, I'm from Long Beach, California, man. And if you said you're going to pay me $20,000 to go fight Tyrone Woodley, I probably ain't taking that stuff, man. I'll be like, nah, man, I ain't trying to go get knocked out. So what I'm trying to say is this. He's over here fighting people that I know a lot of people would turn down fights of. So I gotta give my respect to Jake Paul. He's taking the hard fights out there, and not just that, he's winning them impressively too. So like, man, say what you want about the guy, but man, he's getting the job done in there, man. He's looking pretty impressive too.
And you can't knock the fact that it's pay-per-view, right? People, there are networks behind them. There are people paying their money to see it. That's really what it comes down to.
Well, after this one, if he gets a win on this one, he's going to be like ranked, like as an official, like in some type of ranking system for the boxers and stuff.
Yeah.
To where, yeah. But I mean, I'm just happy that it's finally happening. It's 2 days away, and like I said, this fight was supposed to happen about 3 times already. And Mike Perry was standing up on backup. That's a former UFC fighter, just in case Fury pulled out. So Jake Paul wasn't taking any easy routes on this, because I think Mike Perry would have been a tougher match than actually Fury. So and then that was already signed and agreed upon. So yeah, I mean, it's in Abu Dhabi. It's going to be going down Sunday. They're not mixing any times with the UFC. They're smart about that, because tomorrow they got 2 MMA events going on, Bellator and UFC. So he's like, yeah, man, we're going to get this Sunday money out here in Abu Dhabi. And everybody tune in, man. They got another co-main event. Bondu Jack, I want to say, is fighting on there. He's been fighting on all those thriller cards with Jake Paul, but he's actually a professional boxer. So, you're actually going to have some, another good fight on there, I would say. But yeah, man, it's gonna be something to watch, man. So it's only 8 rounds too. So we don't run the risk of guys looking tired and stuff, and sluggish.
All right, I'll throw some of these props at you. We got, as we said, over/under round prop here is going to be 6.5 rounds here. Over 6.5 is favorite -142. Will the fight go the distance? No, -134. Yes is +104. And of course, method of victory here, looking at Jake Paul by decision or technical decision, +220. Jake Paul by knockout or TKO or DQ, +280. If it goes a decision or technical decision, it's +480.
I like all the overs. If you were to ask me, I like the overs. Just because I think the judges too. I think if it does go to the judges' scorecard, I think he's going to win on the scorecards as well. So yeah, the only thing I really don't like is a knockout. And if I do like a knockout, I will be honest, it could be Fury. Because one thing I will say is this: all the other people that Jake Paul did box and stuff, it wasn't like in no angry heart. They didn't have no hatred for him and stuff. So it seems like they didn't have that switch on, that kill switch on. This fight seems a little bit different. So, I think they're going to be swinging for the fences. And Fury, hey, you never know, man. Anybody can get caught with a body blow, especially, if you're not on. And that's what I'm saying. It's just weird, man. These fights, when they get negotiated, I sometimes think, like, all right, is there something written in the fine line? All right, 100,000 up front if you don't do this. 200,000 if this other guy wins like this and you happen to not knock him out or something. Like, something in the clause. I don't think that clause is in here. So with that being said, man, I know these guys really want to fight. Jake Paul's been going after Fury's grandpa, his dad, his uncle. So it's going to be real, man.
There we go. Jake Paul -155 against Tommy Fury. This one will have a start time 5 Eastern time Sunday. Pay-per-view. All right, Millz, let's take a look over at Pick Dodge Prim for tonight's action. Great results here in NBA. 492 units of profit. That is all documented over at Pick Dodge Prim. We know Millz has put together a great year in 2022 with his UFC, MMA picks as well. So we're looking at a big card here for Saturday. What do you have going on over at Pick Dodge Premium?
Yeah, man, I got one play on the NBA today for you guys to go ahead and get your feet wet. Then I got 3 plays in MMA already up on the site. I got 2 plays in UFC, then I got 1 Bellator bet up there as well. So, you might as well just go ahead and get that 3-day pass today, so that way you can, get your money back by Saturday, pay for itself in the weekend. From there on, we just kill the bookies from then on top. But yeah, I got about 2 or 3 other bets lined up that I'm going to be throwing up on the site for the UFC card that I'm looking at as well. Then also, so I'm going to be putting a few different props and parlays up there for you guys as well, to include in some of the picks. So yeah, you can't go wrong. I got 1 play to get you around today for $15. If not, just go ahead and get that 3-day pass, or else just stay tuned for tomorrow. I'll put all my picks in a free pack for you guys. I like to call it the 3-pick picnic.
There you go. Get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dog Shrimp. Great results in the NBA. We know his record in the UFC last year. MMA was fantastic. About 2,000 units of profit. Get on board with Millz Young over at Pick Dog Shrimp. NBA payday on the board. $15 premium play. Credit guarantee. Must earn a profit. The amount you purchase is credit back in your account for side credits. That is credit guarantee. Also enacted with UFC Bookie Beater. Bellator, big bet on the board right now. This big bet for the Bellator action is up there right now. So get on board with Millz now. Instead of buying these plays individually, here we are on a Friday. 3-day pass is the way to go. Get all of Millz premium plays for 3 days. You've got your plays here for Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. All the plays from Millz. You got the NBA, you got the college basketball, and the fights. We got Bellator. We also have UFC, and if you see something else that he likes in the boxing match, he may add it to the system. If he likes a round prop, he may like, hey, if I knock out something he sees, you never know. You just got to check it out and get that long-term subscription. 3-day pass is the way to roll. Use promo code PICK at checkout. You'll save 15% off. Add a second capper. With that, 2-for-1 capper promotion, even greater value there. All right, Millz, as always, great having you show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week. But you got lots going on over at Pick Dogs. The UFC show airs tomorrow right after the morning show, and we're looking at a video series possible to drop from you from the UFC card, maybe like a nice little 5-pick video.
Yes, sir. Stay tuned. Yeah, I'm trying to get that done tonight so it can be out there on the site for you guys in the morning. Just going through, about 7 or 8 fights on there, about 5 minutes long. It's called pretty much, if the fight's going to go the distance or if the fight's going to finish, So I'm only going to go over the fights in 5 minutes and go over, the little quick odds on there, in and out, get you in and out the site. So, yeah, look for that. I'm going to be trying to upload that and get that recorded tonight for you guys. And then, of course, man, Saturday morning, we're going to be going live right after the Pick Dogs morning show. Me and Brad going over the whole part. To go over some of the prelims, too, because you got some real nice prelims on there that I really like as well. So, yeah, stay tuned for that, though, because MMA, that's the good thing about it. It's not a season thing. It's an all-year thing. Every single week there's MMA going on. There's different organizations. It's not just UFC. There's PFL going on today. There's one championship going on today, so you guys should tune in. One championship has a good event going on Prime tonight also, too. But, yeah, man, so you never know what you get in there. I might just throw in some other bets with some other organizations as well. So, yeah, man, it's the time. Pick Dogs is where we got it all. We're trying to cover every single angle. So many cappers on here with so many different free picks and videos. You can't go wrong. Only thing we ask is for them to do one thing, Tony, right? Just
That's
one
right.
thing. And that's hit that like
Hit
button,
that like
man.
button.
Just hit that like button.
That's it. Simple. Hit the like button. And, of course, if you want to, you can like, subscribe, and set notifications so when Millz drops that UFC video, you get it right away. When Millz and Brad does their live show, you're there live with them to get the numbers in real time, to get the plays in real time, to get the best numbers before they move. That's why you want to set notifications and tune in live. All right, Millz, as always, great having you on the show. Continue that success. We'll catch up with you again next week.
All right, man. Hopefully everybody has a good night out there. Everybody, let's just win big tonight. See you guys tomorrow.
You got it. Millz Young here on the drive-thru. Remember tomorrow, right after the morning show, Millz and Brad with their UFC show, and look for Millz's MMA UFC 5 his video, his series coming out tomorrow. Look out for that. Let's continue on here on the drive-thru. We know we have we know we'll get to the recap in a little bit. Let's get to my pick. Then we hit the recap, and Jovan will help me out with that. We're going to college basketball tonight. We're going to the Mountain West Conference with Air Force and UNLV locking horns up here. We'll go here with the game card here. UNLV laying 9, a total 137. We're going to be on the dog here with Air Force plus the 9 against UNLV. Just not comfortable laying this many points here with this Rebels team. As we're going to be looking here at Air Force. An Air Force team that has been shooting the ball a little better of late here, looking at the recent performance. But here with UNLV, just a team that's had their struggles, just 5-10 in the Mountain West. Hitting just their inside shooting has been off par, just 48% from 2. Their issues have been rebounding. They're not very good at defending three-point shot this year. UNLV giving up 39% from 3. This is against the conference. Look here at the Falcons from Air Force over their past 5 games. They are shooting 53%. The Rebels, just 40%. UNLV already has 6 losses on the home court. We're going to take the points here with Air Force here at plus the 9. All right, guys, check out Pick Dogs Premium tonight. 5 premiums on the board. Got a best bet here up on the board from college basketball. Also, I've got a best bet for NBA up there, as well as a 3-pack here mixing college basketball and the NBA. So 4 premiums on the board tonight. You can buy them both packages, or you can just buy a long-term pass. I have a 3, 7, or a 30-day all sports pass. Get all of my premium plays for that period of time you select. When you go to my handicapper page and you make that purchase, use promo code PICK at checkout, and you'll save 15% off. All right, let's continue on here on the drive-thru. It is now time to recap today's plays. Let's get the recap ready, and Jovan will help us out in the recap. Ninos got us started with Islanders minus 135 against the Kings. Jay was on the Warriors, laid the 9.5 against the Rockets. Brad liked Southern Miss, laid the 2.5 against Texas State. Jovan Richmond plus 9 against VCU. Brian was on the Thunder plus 8.5 against the Suns. We got Millz here on Jake Paul minus 155 against Tommy Fury. I'll be on Air Force plus 9 against UNLV. We'll go to Jovan. Jovan, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I'm gonna roll with the Thunder.
Thunder.
We all take I'm gonna take Bitler's pick.
Yeah, Bitler's pick.
Even with SGA out.
Yeah,
they're a feisty group.
They are a feisty group, and I will agree with that with the Thunder there. I like that one as well. Thunder there plus 8.5 here against the Suns. All right, that's gonna do it for this edition here of the drive-thru, guys. Be sure to tune in again tomorrow live here. Monday live here at 6 p.m. Eastern time. We'll do it all over again. We'll bring in our cappers from Pick Dogs and Sports Chat Plays. Still give out the plays for you here live in prime time. Remember, it gets started every day. Now this weekend, 10 a.m. Eastern time is the morning show. You got Mitch, got Rod, and you got Chris. A lot of the drive-thru cappers will join, giving out picks for the weekend. So tune in. You'll see Jovan on that show. You'll see Jay on the show, Ninos on the show, Ron Romanelli on the show, Big Al McMorty on the show, and more. So tune in the weekends, 10 a.m. Eastern time. Don't forget Mitch's 7 picks in 5 minutes. Also, the Betting Tools show, the Puck Dogs with Chris and Rod Zawacki with their NHL video picks. Jovan's parlay video of the day. We also have Ron Romanelli's Bank Shot Breakdown with his 5 college basketball plays of the day for you on video. On the video series, Wayne and Ninos with their video series, the 3-legged prop parlay video of the day is up as well. Don't forget, David Racy, his totals short of the day is up as well. He started that this week, so you can check it out. David Racy, he appears on the drive-thrus as on Mondays, I believe. And of course, we've got a lot of video series here, guys. So make sure you tune in and make sure you like, subscribe, and set those notifications so when these shows drop, you get them in real time to get the best numbers. All right, that's going to do it here for the drive-thru for tonight. We'll go ahead and bring in our crew from tonight's show.